Hello everyone. So AWS has rolled out its new service, Amazon Bedrock, for customers and businesses interested in building their own generative AI applications. Unlike traditional AI, which has no reach outside its predetermined set of rules and patterns, generative AI offers a human-like experience in terms of creativity and imagination. Take, for example, you being in a restaurant. The only choice of food you have is that on the menu. This reflects traditional AI. But now imagine being at home and describing to your mom this atypical dish you have in your mind, and you watch as she starts right away to cook it for you and skillfully crafting it in order to match your preferences. This is exactly what generative AI is about. So Amazon Bedrock generates text, images, and conversation according to your prompt, which may be a question, description, or any other input. To do so, Bedrock makes use of foundational models. These are machine learning models which are already trained on massive amounts of data sets and are able to understand your prompt, which is the input text you provide, so that it can respond in natural language. An example of a foundational model is GPT 3.5, which powers the most popular chatbot today, ChatGPT. However, in Bedrock, you can make use of foundational models such as Jurassic, which is provided by the company called AI21 Labs, and also Stable Diffusion. For example, I used Stable Diffusion to generate images of 19th century London and Prague. Also an image depicting life in Toronto, which returned this gentleman admiring the cityscape from a rooftop while unwinding. I also tried out the text playground. You input what you want and it responds accordingly. Also, you have the chat playground, which offers a parallel experience to ChatGPT. Of course, the difference is the foundational model implemented in each one. So, for example, as we said that of ChatGPT, the foundational model was or is the GPT 3.5. Now here in Bedrock, you choose from the foundational models available. For this scenario, I chose Jurassic 2 Ultra. You also have the inference configuration on the right, which includes the inference parameters. Those are the parameters which actually influence the outcome. For example, the temperature has to do with randomness. The higher the temperature, the more random the outcome is. The lower the temperature, the more focused and determined the outcome will be. You can head to the documentation to read more about each one of those. With Bedrock also, you have the option to privately customize the foundational models available with your own data. You can do this through fine-tuning and retrieval augmented generation. Fine-tuning is the right choice to go for after you've been prompting and optimizing your prompts as much as you can, but still struggling to get the outcome you desire. As a result, you decide to provide your own training data sets to improve the performance of those foundational models you're using on those specific or narrow tasks and obtain the response you are wishing for. You do this by backing your data sets you provide with examples of your own, including the input and target. Input being the prompt text and the target being the outcome you desire. Maybe you want to build a chatbot that responds in a friendly manner when stating the price of the product to your customer. So here you provide the examples which show the friendliness tone and style instead of merely leaving the chatbot alone to answer in a dry manner, just stating the cost and nothing else. To apply fine-tuning in Bedrock, you upload your data set, say to an S3 bucket, for example, and you link this bucket to the Bedrock fine-tuning job. Any data you share with Bedrock is not used to train or improve the performance of those models. Neither are they shared with third parties. Since foundational models are already trained and have no access to external knowledge or to the internet, you can make use of something called RAG, Retrieval Augmented Generation. RAG is a framework responsible for retrieving data which do not exist in the foundational models used. And this is in order to apply the logic and reason of those models or one of those models on the data retrieved in order to have the outcome you desire. In the Bedrock console, you create a knowledge base to store your private data. You then create an agent and assign to it the necessary actions on how to manage the interactions between the foundational models, the user, the knowledge base, and maybe other features or apps. All this in order to execute complex tasks without the need to code. Also worth mentioning that Amazon Bedrock is serverless, which means you do not have to deal with any infrastructure.